What's up, everyone? Welcome to Milwaukee Treasures. Yes, another episode. I'm so excited to be sitting here with the beautiful, the anointed, the innovative, the amazing Pastor Melva Henderson. I'm such a fan. I try my best to act like, it's just not. She hates it so much, but I'll just literally be like, oh my God, it's Pastor Melva. I so love it, and not just because of who you are, but just what the things mean in your heart for the people. That means so much to me, and it's so hard to find someone that operates in integrity, that actually means what they say, and so that's what I become a fan about, because I actually said this the other day talking to someone. I said, you want to stand out in today's society? Don't worry about what you're wearing or how your hair is. Have integrity. That is so hard to find in this day. So I'm so honored to even just be sitting next to you here, actually in your home. And we're going to be chatting about women in worship and so much more. And just in case this is your first time joining us for Milwaukee Treasures, it's a segment that I created, an extension from Saved in the City, where we shine light on people in the city doing amazing things. There's so much negative news that we see on social media, on the news, on the TV. And so I just want to be the alternative voice of some things that are positive that are going on right in our city. And so without further ado, Pastor Melva.
Oh, Brandy.
We are here, and it is that time of year again. It's time for...
it's crunch time.
Ooh, it's crunch time.
So time.
Yeah. And so if you're from the city of Milwaukee, you've probably heard of Women in Worship. If not, where have you been? Right. So let's kind of just jump right into to what's coming up. Let's start with Women in Worship, and then for those people who may not know what Women in Worship is, maybe take them back to where it started, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Well, Women in Worship is a 2-day gathering of women. It's just, we don't call it a conference because it's not a conference.
Yeah, it's
not a gathering.
Yeah.
It's a place where women can come and lay down the busyness of life and just receive what they need, like we say, to be charged to be all that they are called to be for the rest of the year. And so I see Women in Worship as the Bible says that Jesus is the AD and the BC. And I see Women in Worship as the beginning of the year and the end of the year. Women in Worship is in the middle, and it splits the year.
Sure.
And you get everything that you need to be the powerful vessel that God has called you to be for the years.
I can absolutely attest, because I've been probably for the last 3 years now, and I was talking, actually there's to Pastor Gillette, Francis Wade, and I was just talking to her earlier, and I said, every time I go to Women in Worship, I elevate. There's something that is either broken off of me, something that's crushed, something that I can move a little bit further. And I never know exactly when it's going to happen. And that's why Pastor Melva is saying you can't even really explain it. You really just have to experience it.
That's good. It's better caught than taught.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
And it's going to be happening this year, May the 24th and the 25th. So we're like 2 weeks away from Women in Worship.
Wow, yeah.
And I have been excited about it, but at the same time, really wanting to see God do something amazing in the lives of the women that will come this year.
Yes.
And so this is the first year that, I don't have any speakers other than outside of myself in the night services.
Enough. Yes.
But I've been preparing myself. I spent a week in the south of France, just preparing myself and immersing myself in the Word and in prayer, so that I can be all that I desire to be, so God can speak through me. I really believe that He has something special for all of the women that are going to be coming this year.
I love it. And I'm glad that you said that, and you kind of tapped into the process leading up, because a lot of times you'll find people who, I want to do a conference, I want to do something of a certain magnitude, and they don't understand what goes into it. Not just the prayer. That's the beautiful time you get to spend with the Lord. But maybe talk a little bit about the process for those people who say, you know what, I want to do, and it may not be a Women in Worship, whatever you want to call it. What goes along with that behind the scenes?
There's so much that happens behind the scenes. There's no way that I could do what we're doing and or impact the number of lives we're impacting. We have down to the 13 years. This will be our 13th year.
Yeah.
We have impacted thousands of lives, and
that you know of,
right?
Because the videos still circulate.
That's
you
the
know,
truth. That's the absolute truth. But there's so much going on there. I have a team of individuals that are working very hard to make things happen, from a production manager to the sound to the lighting to the worship component. Our worship team started rehearsing in October of last year.
Wow.
In preparation for Women in Worship. And so, and we do that. We bring women and men from different congregations, because it's not about what church you go to. It's not about your denomination. But we bring all these people together who have these giftings so that they can help us do one thing, and that's get women to the throne of God.
Wow. And you think the enemy gonna make that easy? No, ma'am, and no, sir. And again, I want people to really just kind of understand that and grasp that when you want to take on a vision of a certain magnitude, you're not only now battling the stuff that's connected to you. Now you got to battle these other things that are connected to the people that are trying to get to the throne. You know, and I realize, as I've kind of grown in leadership too, I'm like, oh my God, like there's another level of, and that's not to discourage anyone from wanting to step out, but just to understand where you, not necessarily where you need to be, because God is going to cover you through each step, but no, you can't do it alone.
Right, you can't do it alone. And there is work. We spell ministry WORK. That's how you spell ministry,
work.
WORK. And so just understanding that anything you endeavor to do for God, it is going to take all of you. You can't come in half committed, and empowering a team of individuals to help you fulfill and carry out your vision is critical. And so it's been no different with Women in Worship. I have Anita Clinton, I have Geronda McCray. I have some phenomenal women behind me helping to push, and some gentlemen as well, helping make Women in Worship what it is. And so I'm excited about it.
How many years is this now?
This is our 13th year.
13th year. Wow.
Yeah. And I've wanted to quit a few times. Wanted to just drop it's like, just forget it. It's too much work. You know, I was thinking about redemptive love yesterday, and one of the definitions of redemptive love is you having a willingness to sacrifice yourself for others. Wow. This is an act of redemptive love. Women in Worship is for me. You know, it's every year I pull myself away and say, God, what is it that you want to do in the lives of these women? And how can I assist you in making that happen? You know, and that's really what the premise of Women in Worship. All of my friends and different ones that I knew were coming and saying, I got the kids, I got the house, I got the business, I got the groceries, I got my this, I got that. I'm overwhelmed. And so I started praying for my friends and asking God, what do I do? How do I help my friends not be so overwhelmed? And that's when the Lord said, if you get them to the throne, I will take them from there. And I was like, oh, that's all I need to do. Just get them to the throne. So then, Father, how does that look? And He told me 3 things: through prayer, worship, and gathering around the Word. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And so when we first hosted Women in Worship, we had, you know, the story. I thought 100 women were going to show up, and we had over 200 women. And today we have hundreds and hundreds of women who come from all walks of life. And we have one thing in common: we are all hungry for God to speak and to move in our lives.
Oh my goodness. Y'all need to be there. Absolutely need to be there. Again, the dates are May
24th and 25th. We're going to be at the Helen Zalazo Center.
Yes, that's connected to UWM.
Yep, right across the street from the UWM Union. We're going to be at the Helen Zalazo Center. That's 2419 East Kenwood Boulevard. And you want to be there.
Absolutely.
Your life, we always say when women are coming through the doors, we tell them your life will never be the same again. And we believe that.
Oh, and I know it.
Oh, we have testimony. My life, and I'm the host. My life goes to another level. My husband said something one time. He was talking to a group of men, and he said, men, if you want to see your life and your family change, get your women to Women in Worship. He said, every year I look for whatever it is that God is going to shift in Melva's life. When she comes home a different person. Thank you, Jesus.
No, it's amazing, and it's so effective. I'll just share something just very briefly. It was last year. I believe. Yes, last year, Women in Worship, I was coming in, I felt mandated. I was like, I need to be there every day. I even need to be at the earlier services and, pray for your sister with time management. So I was a little late walking in. But I got there. I said, okay, no, because I remember laying in bed and saying, well, you're going to be late, don't even go. And I decided to go anyway. And I walked in, and in that moment, when I walked in, you all were in prayer for another woman that had lost her child. And I mean, the energy and the spirit was what I felt was focused towards her. And then when I was there was something that was going on with me and someone else that was on my row. And I felt as though... I
remember this.
Yeah. I remember the feeling in that moment, like, oh God, let me focus here, because the energy was like, okay, let's move forward. And I was like, the issue that I'm dealing with, that can wait. Let's pray for this sister here. And I remember hearing the voice of God say, I can do all things at all times. So right when the woman on the front row was being delivered, God was working out what I needed in my moment. So I know that there were other things that were being worked out. So when I tell you that this is something that you have to experience, you feel it's not a standard church service where, okay, we're all singing together. Like, God is literally, I've never experienced him in that way, where I was literally able to see him omnipresent. Like, I was like, oh, he's over there. He's over here. Oh, you're with me. Oh, I mean, literally deliverance after deliverance, some things that people didn't know, and it was an amazing experience. And so, man.
It's powerful because that whole thing, if you get them to the throne, when we can give women information about, you think about somebody that would put out a clarion call that says, if you come at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna give everybody at 5 o'clock $1,000. Doesn't matter who you are, what your background is. And so all of these people are drawn to this place to receive something. That's kind of the way it is with the women that are coming for Women in Worship. We all come through the doors knowing God has something for me. And so as we turn and shift our hearts, our minds, our life for 2 days, just 2 days. As I shift my heart, my life, my mind to the throne, God then starts pulling me in. And it's a pull. So in those moments, you get people getting delivered over here. You get people needs being met. You get people's finances, miracles. And you know what I'm saying? You get things that would not have happened had they not been there. Because you think about it, the Bible says that we've been seated in heavenly places with Christ. And then 1 John says that God has lavished his love and his goodness on us. Anything God has lavished on us, that means that I need to appropriate that in my life. And so you come to this understanding or this awareness of God's goodness, of God's grace, of God's mercy, of God's love. And so then now, whatever's going on in my life, if I'm in strife with somebody, if I've got some brokenness in my life, in that moment, God is saying, let me deal with that.
Wow. And he's gonna deal with it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So for the unchurched, or for the women who might be watching this right now, and some of the things that we're saying may be a little foreign to them. For someone who doesn't have the same experiences that we have with the Father at this point, how do we address them? Or everyone's welcome, but
anybody is welcome. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you don't have a relationship with God, it takes a second.
Wow.
It takes a second to make the decision that I want to change. I want my life to be better. And the moment that you turn and look in God's direction, you're going to find that he's always been looking in your direction. And so you are welcome to join us at Women in Worship. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be a part of any kind of denomination. We don't care about your socioeconomic background. We don't care about what you're wearing. We come in jeans, t-shirts, tennis shoes.
Women in Worship t-shirts.
But we come as we are. Some of us like to get a little cute.
We do that. Especially when you come around Miss Pastor Melva over here.
Right. But you come as you are, and we don't have any expectation of you except that you would come with an open heart and allow God to do what he wants to do in your life. That's what Women in Worship is.
I love it. And I think that this is something else too, because we're talking about the worship experience, but this year you're calling it collage. So talk about that, ministry meeting the marketplace. And
a lot of people have been confused about that, and I'm sorry about the confusion with that, but really what collage is, every year with Women in Worship we have a theme. There's something that we focus on. You know, one year we had word of faith, faith, you know, it's get back on your faith. This year it was collage. I saw women that were in the marketplace, women that were CEOs of their household, and women that were in the ministry, all coming together, realizing that no matter where it is that you've been called to be, no matter what it is that you've been called to do, that is your ministry. So it's the artistry of women from every sector of society, whether you're in arts and entertainment, whether you're in business, whether you're, it doesn't matter if you're in a nonprofit, if you're in the church, it doesn't matter. It's all of us coming together, realizing that God has put something in me that's of value to you, and something in you that's of value to me. Let's exchange this great exchange. Let's give each other our supply so that we can all come up together. That's all collage is all about.
No, I love it.
And that's Saturday morning. They begin at 8:30 in their workshops. I've got Chantel Sane. She's coming in because she was one individual. She used to work for me. And Chantel is going to be talking about what is it like to go from being in full-time ministry to now being in the marketplace. And although she works for a nonprofit, she is in the marketplace. Then we have Melissa Goings, who's changed the face of our city. A powerful young woman. And we were on the phone, and I said, do you see what you have done? Do you see that as ministry? And she was saying, initially I didn't, but I do realize that God has called me to be a change maker. And so she's changed. So she's one of our speakers. Then I've got Shannon Sims from WTMJ4. She's another one who is, you know, just God is using to make a difference. And so all
and
of
I love that
women,
they're all from the city, right here from the city. Because I mean, and it is great to pull people from outside of our city to come in, but we have, again, that's what Milwaukee Treasures is about. We have gems
we really
right
do.
here. I mean, amazing treasures if we would tap into to them. I love that. And so in addition,
Faith Colas, did I say
Faith Colas? No, we didn't even talk about Faith.
I love her.
And you know we love Faith.
Colas. You know, she used to work. She was in leadership at the Salvation Army, and she recently took a position with the sheriff, with the new sheriff. And so she is a phenomenal woman. But she's another one that's been in the marketplace, and now God is pulling her into this close place where she's realizing, I'm in the ministry.
I love it.
I'm not preaching any sermons per se, but when I'm in the boardroom, I'm realizing that this is my congregation.
Wow.
You know, and so that's what this is all about. And then for that woman who's at home, think about her. Who's, you know, really not feeling significant, like what she's doing really isn't making a difference.
Especially in the world today. Everybody's got to be a boss, you know, but, you know.
You are a boss.
Exactly, in your own home.
Right, and so this is for you. This is for any woman, no matter where she is. It's all of us realizing that we are really powerful, and God has something amazing for us to do.
I love it. And not just the women, the girls as well. Girls Rock. But that is sold out, right?
Girls Rock is sold out, so sorry.
But tell for the people who don't know, it's a retreat?
Girls Rock is a retreat that was founded by my daughter, who's 19 years old, Kayla. Many don't know our testimony, but Kayla and I had a very, very tumultuous relationship. And Kayla got to a place where I just felt like I couldn't. I mean, one time I drove to a women's prison and sat in the car with her. I was just like, you want to go in there? You know, that's how bad things had gotten between us. But God turned her life around, and now she wants to turn around and reach back to other young women. So girls ages 12 to 18 are going to be going away the same time that we're at Women in Worship. These girls are going to have their lives invested in by some of the most powerful millennials in our city.
Love it.
So it's really it's an awesome weekend. And so if you haven't registered, you can do that at melvahenderson.org. If you want to come, don't let money stop you. Too many people are don't let money stop you. If you want to go, one, believe God. Two, hit me on Facebook. Get on my inbox. There are people wanting to sponsor people who want to be a part of. You know, my brother called me today. He was just like, you got somebody that needs to be sponsored at Women in Worship? So there
we
are
have
people,
not because we asked not. Don't be afraid to open your mouth.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited, Pastor Melva. It's a couple weeks away, you know. So some people I've known before, they're already coming, and sometimes you want to know what else can I do to support. Pray, you know, because you know it's not here yet, but you know the enemy likes to do things to try to stop the forward movement. But you know we decree and declare even now that it will go forth, and that people will be delivered, saved, set free, and that they will be changed and never be the same, completely moving
but
forward.
You gotta register.
But you
for
gotta
all
register.
Of that to happen.
You gotta
register. So get out there and register at melvahenderson.org. We want to see you there.
Absolutely.
At Women in Worship.
At Women in Worship. Pastor Melva, I love you so much. I love, like I said, your innovation. So excited for Women in Worship and so many other things that God has in store for you. The best is yet to come. Any way Saved in the City can continue to support you, we are absolutely here. And gosh, you guys get these tickets or whatever they are.
Register.
And there's a luncheon.
Right. We forgot to talk
Yeah,
about
we got to say the luncheon. Yeah.
The luncheon. We're expecting the luncheon to be sold out, and we don't want you all to miss out on that. But we have a woman named Donna Schimmel.
Okay.
She's coming and she's speaking, but she's a multi-millionaire, and she's coming to talk to women about ways that they can begin to increase their lives from a financial standpoint. And so
I need to be
I'm
there.
excited about that.
To be
I
there.
really am.
It's so much. And, you know, we can go on and on and on, but we gave you a little snip. You got to come to Women in Worship to get the rest. Thank you so much for joining us today at Milwaukee Treasures. To stay connected or even to see the video, other videos connected to Milwaukee Treasures, just visit www.savedandthecityintl.com. And to stay connected to Pastor Melva, again, tell them where they can register.
melvahenderson.org.
Okay, we'll see you there. Until next week, be encouraged. Bye.